Good afternoon, happy Tuesday, and welcome to Facebook Live. Excuse me. I am Holly with Handcrafted Blessings, and oh my goodness, I apparently have a frog in my throat. Let me see, I think I got some water here. Sorry, it's crazy. Okay, let's try that again. Happy Tuesday. And welcome to Facebook Live. So I'm Holly with Handcrafted Blessings, and every week I like to come in here and show you some happy mail and make a project with you and just hear a little bit about how you're doing. So, might help if I mute my volume. So, hi Vesta. Hi everybody who's coming in here today. So yeah, like I said, I like to come here every Tuesday afternoon and show you some happy mail, make a project with you, and generally just hang out. It's just a fun little corner of the internet. So I've got a couple of happy mail today, and then I received some new products in the mail. And so I'm going to show you those new stamp sets and bundles, and then we're going to create with one of them as well. So, but first let's start with a couple of cards that came in the mail. So I like to show off your cards when they come. It just brings me such joy, which is why I call it happy mail, because I love seeing what you're creating. So today, I gotta get these envelopes open. Today I've got two to show you, if I can get it out of the envelope. Okay, the first one is from somebody with the last name of Young. Let's see if they have let's see, there's a note inside of here. K. Young is who this is from. And it says, thank you, with those two pieces of the Designer Sherry's paper there at an angle. And she's got her note there on the inside, but you can see the flower stamped there. So very simple but beautiful design. And the other one comes from Amy Siegler in Florida, using the Country Flowers stamp set and that eyelet embossing folder back there. This is also the same bundle that we are using for card play make and takes this weekend. So if you haven't joined the card play online retreat, there's still time for you to do that. I've got a couple of extra make and take kits, and you can also get an online access pass. So shoot me a message and I'll post later today about that as well. But this is the bundle for the make and takes. Okay, I love it when there's a happy accident like that. Where you guys help me to remember that I'm supposed to share something. All right, so I'm just going to set these aside here, and I'm going to go ahead and put this down to my desktop. And like I mentioned, I think it was last week, I was talking about how, you know, this month has just flown by, and I've not had a chance to order much in the way of new stamp sets and dies and punches and, you know, all the things. So I decided it was time. I got the product shares in the mail. Your card play kits are on their way. In Color Club is out the door. And so it was time to order some new products. So that's what I've done. And I thought I would show you a little bit of an unboxing, but there's no box because there's no room next to me. But I'm going to show you what I purchased and what we'll be playing with in the coming days, weeks, months. You know, this is a year-long catalog, so we have a long time that we get to play with it. So I am a sucker for embossing folders. I love them, and I purchase every embossing, almost every embossing folder that Stampin' Up! Has. I am going to purchase it. So here we have a couple of new ones. We've got Dashing Designs. So I'm just going to kind of bring that up close so you can see the detail. It reminds me of like some cross-stitching type patterns. That's what it makes me think of. And then we have Cute Crochet, which I wish I knew how to crochet. I really do. I've tried a few times and I just can't figure it out. But these are two super cute embossing folders. In there, yeah, these are what I would call regular size embossing folders. So we have had some larger I don't have a large one sitting next to me, but there's been, we now have these large embossing folders. They're probably about this big, like 2 together. And then there's also mini embossing folders that go in the mini cut and emboss machine. But this would be more of the middle of the road, kind of standard size, if you will. All right. Oh, Kathy says the crochet one reminds you of quilting. Yeah, I could see that. Absolutely. So, Diana, you said granny squares. I don't know what that means, but maybe that's like a crochet term there. I mean, I can kind of see that there's like squares of pattern in here. So, yeah. My sister-in-law once upon a time bought me a like kind of like a crochet 101 or crochet for dummy type kit. I still couldn't figure it out. I think I need somebody to sit next to me and teach me. Okay, so then I bought some stamp sets. And so these are just standalone sets. They don't have an embossing folder or I'm sorry, well, yeah, no embossing folder. No dies or punch that goes with them, just standalone sets. So this one is called Thanking You, and it's just one stamp, and I just love how big it is. So, you know, I had somebody ask me about polymer stamps. I'll just say this too. So what I do with my photopolymer stamps, there's 2 pieces of plastic here. One is kind of a thin sheet of plastic. I peel that off. And then I take the entire stamp, and I do this whether there's one stamp or whether there's lots of stamps. I peel off the stamps. See if I can get this off of here. Clearly it's brand new and it's very stuck to the plastic. So just want to peel the whole thing off here. So I peel it off the thicker plastic, and I actually put it on the back of the case. Because what this does for me, and I'll show you on another one that I've already done, it quickly lets me see where I might be missing a stamp. So if I've got stamps on blocks, like you can see I've got some stamps on blocks here. So that means when I pick up this case, I know there's some missing stamps. In fact, I'll just show you that one right now. So when I look at this one, I can easily tell that I'm missing some stamps here. Okay? And so that's kind of how I like to do it, just so that I can quickly see if I have all my stamps. So, and then I just recycle the thicker plastic. So, all right. So that is Thanking You. And then we've got You Are Beautiful. So it says You Are Beautiful down here. And then we've got Make Today Amazing. You Are a Shining Light. And then this is actually the reason I bought the stamp set, because I love these verses. And it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and he will direct your path. Now there's a ... because there's words in the middle. But I love this scripture, so I wanted to purchase this one. This is a cling stamp. And then I purchased My Small Business, which is, this is in the main catalog. But I just really liked some of the ways that you can say thank you. And, you know, whether you run a business or not, there's just some really great thank you stamps in here, or made with love, handmade for you. Some of those would be really fun to put on the backs of cards. So, and this is a photopolymer set. So, now, like I said, this is essentially like an unboxing, so that's why none of these have been, like I haven't even labeled my stamps yet. Okay, those are the standalone stamps that I got. And then I purchased, let's see here, balance those there. This is the Thoughtful Journey, Memories and More. Let me find some scissors here. So Memories and More cards are great for multiple purposes. They can be used for scrapbooking or memory keeping. There's a album and photo pages that Stampin' Up! Sells that you can put these in. But they're also fantastic for quick card making. So let me just pull these out here. So these are Memories and More cards. Now this is Thoughtful Journey. So you'll see it looks very similar to the Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper. So you could easily pair them together when you're making cards. So we've got Celebrate Today. Ooh, that'll be a pretty background. Got some flowers here, and so you could, you could stamp something right here. The back there. Thanks so very much. A little space here that you can write or stamp in. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, turn this over here. And it says number up here at the top. These words say celebrate another year. So that'd be good for an anniversary or birthday background. The sky is the limit. That'd make a fun graduation card. Here we go. There. Good. Turn these right side up. So there's 2 of each, it looks like. This says life is an adventure. Sending all my love. Oh, wait, did I show both? Yeah, I showed both sides. Sending all my love. And then, so these cards are 3x4. And then there's also some 4x6 cards. So especially if you like making larger cards. So we've got Happy Birthday. And that design. Oh, says Making Memories. And so I think you can kind of see how, like this one here, that's such a quick and easy background for your card. So it says Thinking of You Today. Ooh, I like the dots. This says The Best Day Ever. And then that background. So these are Memories and More cards, like I said. There's a couple of different styles, I think, in the catalog, but I got those. Let's see, what else I got? I really need to make some baby cards. So this is the time of year when people start asking me for baby cards, and so I saw this cutest onesie in the catalog, and I just had to have it. And how cute is this little die envelope? So cute. Okay, let's take a look at the dies. Oh, they should sell envelopes like this. This would be so fun to use. Okay, sorry, I'm distracted. I just love that little envelope. Look at this, you guys. Isn't it adorable? So there's a 1, 2, 3 die here. You've got the little pocket for the onesie, a rattle, and there's a, let me turn this, there's a hanger. Oh, so cute for the onesie. So, and then you could stamp and decorate the onesie, however you might want to. So I got that. And let's see, we'll set this over here. Okay, and then I got a couple of bundles. Now these bundles are really interesting. There's 2 of these here I'm going to show you. You actually have your choice in this catalog. You can get a punch with the Labeled with Love, or you can get dies. So the punch, let me take the plastic off. The punch here is this label right here. It's called Labeled with Love. And it's this one right here, okay? If you get the dies, it's the same shape, and you actually get 3. So you could die cut 3 of these at one time. But I'm a huge punch girl, and so I chose the punch option. But you have your choice. So you can get the stamp and punch or stamp and die. And then the other one that is the same thing, you get a choice. And that's this bundle called Keeping Tabs. And so you've got that tab punch here. And so when you punch this out, let me grab a scrap paper here. You can stamp the tabs, of course. And so when you punch it out, you've got this cute little tag, and you can just fold it over. And now it can become a label for something, or it can become a fun shape. You could cut this in half and use it on a card with your words here. Obviously you can decorate, if you're a planner type person, I love my planner. You could decorate your planner with all sorts of tabs and decorations. You could also use that tab to in your catalog. So maybe you want to mark your catalog so you know where certain things are in it. This tab can be a great option too. Or as you see here, maybe you want to organize your cards. Let me hold that up here. So maybe you have a tub where you want to organize your cards, and you could create little dividers with tabs and mark them that way. And then of course, I think just some fun backgrounds for cards. So I'm looking forward to finding multiple ways of using this. So you can either get the punch with the tab, or you can get a die with this tab. So kind of fun to have choices like that in this catalog. Another punch I got, just a standalone punch here, which I thought would be fun to have. And that is this one right here. And this is called the Curved Label Punch. So I didn't have this one, and this is fun for slider cards. So that'll be fun to have. Let's see, I got a couple more bundles to show you, and then we'll make a card. So this one here is called Round We Go. And I'll actually be using this one for my June card club. So I have some really cool cards for my June card club using this and using these dies. So this die is a fun accordion fold that you can make these like 3D flowers. They don't have to be flowers. 3D fireworks. I don't know. There's all sorts of things that you could do with these. And then you've got all these other die shapes as well. And it's a photopolymer set. So let me put that back in my folder just so that don't lose them. So I always turn my sheet over to face the back so my dies face the front. That way when I'm flipping through my basket, I can easily see what dies I have. Okay, last but not least is the set that we are going to work with today. And that is the Charming Duck Pond. And then there are these dies that go with it. And so there's multiple ducks in here. You can kind of add like the wing to your ducks. There's lily pads. There's this fun circle die that we're going to use here today. There's a frog in here. So a frog outline, so you can, right here, you can cut out this frog. So yeah. Oh, and you can also cut some of the designer series paper, which we're going to do today. So the designer series paper that we'll be using is called Lily Pond Lane. Let me move these aside here. And I'll just flip through here. So we've got the flowers and maybe dragonflies, I think those are. You have these fun scenes. Now here's the thing. When I first got this paper, I had no intention of buying the bundle that goes with it. But the more that I was sorting this paper for product shares, the more I fell in love with it. You guys, it's so cute. Look at all those little ducks. Oh, I just think they're adorable. And so I ended up falling in love with the paper and really wanting the stamp set to go with it. So we got some flowers there. Just some fun scenes. Like here, you could cut out some of those ducks and you could make a little scene. There's some fish. We got the frogs. Some more ducks. We got fish. Let's see, a couple more patterns. I got some flowers and some lily pads. And then some more ducks. And then last but not least is this one. Okay, so that's the paper we're going to use. So what I discovered as I was playing with this today, I pulled out this sheet of designer series paper, and then I was looking at these duck dies that I have here. Where's my card? So I already cut this out because we're going to be die cutting it. But there's that die fits right there. And then I was looking at this one, and this one cuts this duck right here. So you got a couple of them that you don't have to fussy cut. You can actually just use the die. So in my outlines here, this is how I keep track of my dies. I use a pen or a pencil and I outline all of the dies when I first get them. That way I know where they go, because if I start pulling off a whole bunch of dies at once, there's no way I'm going to get them back on this sheet. So using that pen to outline them is so helpful. Okay, we're going to take this large one and we're going to keep that one. And we're going to start making our card. So first I'm going to take a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 basic white. We're going to die cut that, and we're going to die cut our duck. So we'll take our machine here. So there's a sale coming on these machines next month. So if you've been thinking about getting a machine, June is going to be the time to do it, because Stampin' Up! Is going to have them on sale. All right, I'm going to put this circle here, and then I am going to put my duck, and let's see if I can get that lined up. All right, I just kind of watch through my plate and make sure the dies hopefully don't move. All right, we'll just crank those two through here. Move this over. And just take that right off of here. Oh, there we go. All right. So we've got our duck that cuts out very nicely, or you can always fussy cut it. And we have our cattails and lily pads here. So they're a little fragile, so I'm just going to be careful as I kind of wiggle out the middle circle. I don't want to rip any of my cattails. So we're just going to make sure we get a clean break here. They all cut just fine, but I could just see myself like ripping a cattail, and I don't want to do that. All right. So here we have, this is what this circle cuts out. So what it does is it both cuts and kind of embosses. So if I hold this up closer, you actually have some detailed lines on your lily pads and on your cattails here that aren't fully like cut through. It's just detail that's been added to the die cut. All right, we are going to take a piece of, well, more basic white. We'll start with our card base here. So this is Pretty Peacock, and it measures 5.5 by 8.5. And I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. Okay, so we're just scoring it in half, and then I am going to use this designer series paper. And do you see this little outline down here? There's kind of like a lily pad down there. So I wanted the lily pad to show through with an actual lily pad. So when I was coming down here, I found a way right there to have this lily pad sticking through that shape. So we are going to trim this paper so that it will fit inside of here, but also so that I will have scraps left over that are helpful for other cards. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to cut off 1 3/4 inches from the right side. So 1 3/4 inches. Actually, I should show you how I did this. Because if you have paper and you're trying to plan out where to put something, I want to show you how I thought through this. So what I did was I set this right here. Okay. So obviously I need to cut around here. But I can't adhere it because I'm going to be using dimensionals, and then that would affect my ability to cut it. So instead, I am going to make some cuts. So what I did was I just took my ruler and I just measured from the edge of the paper over to here. How much could I cut off in order to have that lily pad? I did the same thing over here and then again at the top. And what that did was it tells me how to trim it down so that I can have my lily pad right where I want it to be. Okay, so we're going to start by cutting off 1 3/4 inches from the right. Okay, and this is a nice strip. I'll be able to use this on another card, front or back. We'll turn it around and we will cut off. Oh, please tell me did I just do that wrong? No, I did not. I'm going to cut off 1/2 inch from the left. Sometimes crafting upside down is a challenge. So again, a nice strip here that can be used other places. And then I'm going to cut off 2 1/4 from the top. We're going to hope that I wrote those measurements down right because something doesn't look right. But as long as it still works, it's going to be okay. It's not going, I did mess up. This is where talking gets me into trouble. We're going to recut because I really want you to see how this looks. It's so cute. I'll use this piece for another card. So bear with me just a second. I'm going to grab a new sheet. Let's see here. There we go. I'm going to grab a new sheet. Let's try this again. And this time I'm going to cut facing me so that I make sure that I do this correctly. The first measurement was correct. So we're going to take off 1 3/4 inches right here. We're going to take off those cattails. But where I messed up was the next one. This one, I think I took off 3/4 of an inch instead of 1/2 inch. Let me just measure here. Yeah, I only want 1/2 inch. I said the right measurement, but I cut the wrong measurement. So, 1/2 inch. And then 2 1/4 from the top. Talking and crafting can get you into trouble. Ooh! There goes my iPad. All right. So now, when I line up that, oh gosh. My iPad really wants to be in this video. Let me move this because I think I'm hitting it. And we'll move this. Here we go. Okay. So now when I line up my lily pad down here at the bottom, it's going to fit. Okay? And you see here how it's just slightly larger. But this will be cute for another card that I'll make. All right, so before we go any further, we need to do some stamping. So I have another piece of basic white that's 3 3/4 by 5. And then we're going to stamp on this too. So we'll start with some pretty peacock. And I'm going to use Happy Birthday from the stamp set. And I'm going to stamp that right up here on top. And then I'm going to do some cattails on the inside. There we go. We'll put those here. I'll close this up. We're going to use Pretty and Pink. And the reason for this color combination, let me show you a couple of these sheets of paper. You can see here's Pretty Peacock, And here we have peach pie with pretty in pink. So that's where I'm getting some of my color combinations from. All right, so we'll get our cattails, and there's actually 3 in 1 in the stamp. And there are 3 single branches here. Let me grab my pokey tool. So there's 1 right here, 1 here, and 1 right there. So that's where I'm going to be lining these up. So I'll re-ink that. I'm going to pull this towards me a little bit. And I'm just going to stamp those in pretty in pink. And I'm also going to stamp Have a Lovely Day. And then because in our designer series paper, you see that pretty in pink and the peach pie. So I'm going to grab my peach pie blends, and I'm just going to add some peach over here to make it kind of half and half, just like it is in the designer series paper. Whenever you're in doubt about a color combination, I say look to the DSP. There's the designers who have made this paper, they're pretty smart, and they've come up with some really great color combinations, so we don't have to figure them out for ourselves. It's super duper handy. Okay, so we'll tape that on the inside of our card. There we go. And then we'll turn it over here. And I'm going to start with this piece, and I am just going to add a few dimensionals around my circle, because I'm first going to adhere the designer series paper. So we'll just put maybe 4 there, and then here. Okay, so we're going to start with these 4. And we are going to dimensionalize on the designer series paper. So I'll take this, I'm going to line up that lily pad first. Let me do this sideways. It's a little hard for me to hold it in place. There we go. And then we'll turn that back over. And there is some dimensional sticking out right there. So we're just going to add a little bit more dimensionals before we stick the whole thing to our card front, because we want it to be evenly dimensionalized. Let's see if we can get these backings off. Here we go. And I'll just add a little bit of tape to my DSP just to keep it all adhered down. There we go. And we can close our card. And we're going to take that duck that we die cut, and I'm just going to stick a dimensional here, kind of down by his backside. And I'm going to put him right about here. And then last but not least, I'm going to use the Pretty Peacock gold foiled gems to add a little bling here. And I'm going to stick a large one right in the middle. And then I'll do 2 of the small ones. I'll do 1 on each side here. Oop, that stuck to my finger. Should use my pokey tool for that. All right. And so there we go. We have a little bit of bling for our card. Have a lovely day. So just a fun little happy birthday card using this die cut. And, you know, I just realized I never did show you the sample card. So, here's where we're heading today in today's video. This is the card we're going to make today. Oh, look, we made it. Oh, goodness. So there we have it, using the Charming Duck Pond set and also the Lily Pond Lane. I think, let me make sure I'm saying that correctly. Yeah, Lily Pond Lane designer series paper. So hopefully you enjoy that card and a peek at some of more new products from the catalog in case you're looking for inspiration on what to get next to craft with. So thanks so much for tuning in for Coffee and a Card today. And don't forget to encourage one another and build each other up. Have a great day.